Let me just make sure I have the name right. So, Craig Smith, who is the owner, creator of OneStopWrestling.com, him and his girlfriend created this wonderful magazine, and they have the wonderful Bianca Belair on the magazine, the front cover. This covers Bianca Belair. It covers Stardom, Mr. Spectacular, Stuart Fulton, and a lot more. So podcasts, interviews, and stuff like that. So the layout looks great. All right, because he said that he would like feedback as much as I can, and I'm totally going to give him feedback for this just because. You know what? And I'm going to try to adjust my, my camera, but I think it's fine right now. So these are the 4, I guess, even though it says 1 out of 46 pages, but I'm guessing these are the 4 pages, and stuff like that. Let me just. So, yeah. These are the 4 pages. The layout looks great. They give you a note from the editor, which I will read it. I think it's at page 2. I have no idea. Oh, no. Oh, that's to find it. That's not. Oh, oops. Wrong thing. Okay. Okay, so Craig Smith is the editor. So a note from the editor. In April of 2020, just like a large number of people around the world, I found myself in lockdown as growing cases of COVID-19 gripped the world. With nothing to do came the birth of One Stop Wrestling. The original idea was to put wrestling blogs together for fun. But I soon realized I wanted it to be so much more. Over the past 12 months, we have grown our website to publish news articles, launch our podcast network, and YouTube channel. This magazine feels like the icing on the cake for... Sorry. I don't want to add words where they're not needed to be added. This magazine feels like the icing on the cake after 12 months of hard work growing our brand. There are so many people I would like to thank. Oh, again, I'm adding words. There are so many people I would to thank for making this happen. Kimber Lastkick, who provided us with the amazing cover photo. WCW legend Crowbar, Jesse Godrez. Apologies if I mispronounced your name. Stuart Fulton and El Mas Terrible. My Spanish is horrible right now. I'm not going to even try. For the fantastic interviews you will find in this issue, Andrew, Chris, and Claire for providing such amazing articles. Most importantly, I want to thank my partner of 15 years, Claire. Without her help and support, One Stop Wrestling would only be a pipe dream. Thank you for the endless hours you put into editing every single article on our platforms, and mostly, thank you for just being you. Finally, if you're reading this, thank you for purchasing this magazine, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting us. I hope you enjoyed the first issue as much as we did making it. Which, by the way, I've had talks with, Craig here and there about, stuff like this and like who he can reach out into the wrestling world, because I do know there's wonderful writers out there and they probably wouldn't mind to give their uh, articles or like anything that they want to do. So yeah, uh, this is all homegrown. This is all off the backs of just hard work, ambition, persistence, and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a wonderful picture of Bianca. A wonderful picture. Um, This is the content. So like you get to know what's what on what page. So on page 4, you read about, Watch Her Shine, how Bianca Belair became the EST. On page 8, you get the interview with Noah's Stuart Fulton. On page 12, you get Mr. Spectacular interview. On 17, you get the very terrible. Uh, Wait a minute. That dude is an Australian independent wrestler and he goes by a Spanish name? What? All right. I'm going to have to like jump to his and like read his Q&A. 21 are pull-out posters. Oh wow. Yo, like I don't like that's so old school. Pull-out posters, man. That's so old school. So basically, the pull-out posters is what makes this magazine apart from like anyone else. I don't know if a monthly I'm gonna fuck up their name, but monthly Pure or so, which I know I fucked it up. But you know which guys I'm talking about. The ones that always do like the New Japan Pro Wrestling and like the other stuff for their magazines. I don't know they have pull-out posters. Like I haven't seen a magazine that has pull-out posters in like, forever. So if this is the only magazine that does, this is what sets them apart from everyone else. Um, a guide on 26, we get a guide to Wonder Ring Stardom. On 36, we get 5 NXT women who flourished on the main roster. Ooh. And then on page 40, we have the Crowbar interview. And then we have all of our contributors, which is great. Uh, so yeah, let's just like go through this and look at the thing. So the format looks good. Uh, it's in the style of what's that thing? Yeah, I totally forgot what it is to make everything go to like the edge and make it all nice and crisp and everything. It's not bad. It looks nice. You could definitely read it. You could definitely be like, this is cool. Um, all right, we'll get to the interview soon. I'm not going to like take it out of the Zoom so that you guys can see how they did everything. So the One Stop podcast is these are the podcasts that they have on there. You can message Craig and see how you can get yours on there, uh, and stuff like that. And then this is the interview with Stuart Fulton. This was a really cool thing. He showed me this one, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool that they get like to have a little um, picture in there and stuff like that. Some really good like having pictures in your articles are very good because like that gives it a little bit more oomph and stuff like that, and then like the it creates memories, especially when all of us are creating memories and just want to share with the world. And this is where the interview ends. And then we have the interview with Mr. Spectacular, who follows me, by the way. um he won championships and stuff like that. This is another Q&A. This, yeah, like, yeah, I don't really see it as much, but yeah, this really looks nice. This is a really nice way to end his article. We'll get to him in a moment. And then we got advertisement. We have Ignite Wrestling. They are very popular over down in Florida. It's an all women's promotion run by a woman. So if you want to go check that out if you're in Florida, make sure to go visit your local indies and go to Ignite Wrestling. It's not all women. If I remember correctly, I might have to correct myself on that. It's a combination, but I know it's run by a woman promoter, so I know that. And now we have this, where it's an Australian, but he has a Spanish name. Wrestle Strong Dojo. All right, don't mind me if I like quickly skim through and read this. Just so I can be like, okay. So this one here, One Stop Wrestling asks, where did you get the inspiration for your gimmick? And EMT. Oh wow, it's his wrestling name has EMT. He responds with, a variety of people influenced my gimmick. Blue Demon Jr., a Don from Street Fighter, Georges St. Pierre, Ultimo Dragon. I handpicked elements of each, but the rest is all El Mas Terrible. Okay. So those are his inspirations, alright. I just find it so funny. I wonder if he speaks Spanish. I wonder. That's the end of that one. Oh, I'm guessing that's a pull-out poster. Alright, so this is the end of the article. That's a pull-out poster. Another pull-out poster. I'm guessing it's a pull-out poster. Like, I don't know what's happening. It probably is. More one-stop podcasts. And then this is a guide to Stardom. Which, by the way, if you're able to support Stardom, go ahead. Stardom is an all-women's promotion down in Japan. Those are the Joshi Wrestling promotion. Hey! I got a follower. Who's following me? Why is my thing not updating? Hold on. Sport Inclusive. I love that name. I really do. Thank you for following me. I am Marie Shadows, the host and creator of the Square Circle podcast. I am happy that you are here. Welcome to chat. Welcome to me reviewing Craig Smith's amazing wrestling magazine called One Stop Wrestling. But yeah, I really do like that name. Thanks for stopping on by. So I might have to move my my image just because I have no idea what was that. I got no idea what was that. I'll find something for this. Wait, unless it told me. Um Hold on. Because never want to miss giving anybody like love or feedback or anything like that. That's why I tend to just stop and be like, hey, hold on. Or maybe that was just another thing as I switched back. But yeah, again, sport inclusive. If you're still here and you can still hear me, just say hi in the chat. Any other questions that you have about like, what I done, stuff like that. That's great. Cool. Yeah. So, as we're talking more about this, magazine, but yeah, just go support Stardom if you can. If you want to follow someone, hey, thanks for saying what's up in the chat, man. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, I think I saw that you did. You follow me on Twitter. Let me see. I don't know if it was recently, but I think I've seen you around and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad that you're here as well. So it wasn't recently, but I'll take a look. I'll take a look to see if I am following you back. I probably should be following you back. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, if you guys really want good Stardom updates and Stardom articles and to keep you in the loop with everything Stardom, follow a wonderful person. She's also part of Thomas Island, and she's very smart. And I learned from her for like Joshi Wrestling. So go follow her at Hey Karen Sensei. The light was fucking bothering me. I have a camera that has like a light and shit. So yeah, this gives you a brief overview of the Joshi Wrestling promotion, its history, performers, and more. Nice big text here. The first of all, the term Joshi, what does it mean? So it says Joshi refers to a demographic with the term typically. Wow, I was gonna like combine that. I was gonna add an S in typically. Joshi refers to a demographic with the term typically used in the manga and anime industry. In these industry, Joshi focus on stories of young women typically aged between 13 to 21. Whereas stories for young men of a similar age is referred to as shonen. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. I mean, I've heard of that like before, but not like fully, so interesting. So to put it simply, Joshi wrestling is wrestling that focuses on women as opposed to male wrestling. Okay, so this is the brief intro and history. Some more. They teach you that for foreign, you could say gaijin for that. The championships, which I really don't know anything about because I can't really support Stardom as I support everything else. Just because I really don't know where to start. So that's why I haven't really focused on talking about Joshi wrestling on like my show and stuff. Some more stuff. They tell you about all the factions. Like, this is a really good start. If you really want to get into Joshi wrestling, you go get One Stop Wrestling. I think that's what they did well. And then we have Deez's Corner. His article on 5 NXT women who flourished on the main roster. He has chosen Carmella. He chose Alexa Bliss, Bianca, Mandy, and Nikki Cross as his 5. This is another ad for Wrestle World, which is kind of cool. And now we come to the interview with Crowbar. Again, the layout is really good. I do like the fact that we get some pages with color, and then the whole Joshi thing was black and white, and I really think that that meant a lot. Another ad for Retromania about like where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Where is it going to get released? Yeah, where it's coming from. Um, so yeah, I think overall, One Stop Wrestling did a wonderful job to create their own magazine. And this is like their first issue. So if you guys really want to get one, you could get one as a physical copy over on their Etsy shop. I don't have the timer for it to pop up in the chat. I could probably like look it up um, and give it to you guys. But if you go to his Twitter handle, which it should be like One Stop Wrestling, but let me let me double check for you on that. Um, all right, so if you want to get a copy of the first issue, because the first issue is everything, like that's like the start of everything. It looks great. The colors were greatly chosen. Was finally chosen. Everything works well. I like what they did for the first issue. So if you want your own physical copy, go ask Craig at the number one, stop underscore wrestling, to ask where you can get your physical copy. Most likely it's going to be at Etsy shop, because they are sending out physical copies. He sent me this one and I told him that I'll just review it, because that's what I do. I like putting over people. Oops. I like putting over content creators that make wonderful work. This is one of them, and this is only the beginning for Craig and his wonderful girlfriend who helped put this together and shit like that. But yeah, I totally recommend it. This was the mini surprise. So again, go contact Craig at the number one, stop underscore wrestling, to see where you could get your copy, because he has copies to for purchase. I was gonna say to give out, but it's not for free. But yeah, he put a lot of time and effort into this. So if you really want one, go out and get one at his Etsy shop. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break to do another transition. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay. I'm back. Just as a quick reminder, again, I know it's not showing up here because I don't have much chatters, but the bot timers will usually like leave certain information for you guys. Um, so if you're enjoying the stream, right? I have no problem selling myself out if that's what this is doing. Um, for stuff. But if you're enjoying the stream, I have been streaming for now. It's gonna go on like 2 hours, which is kind of cool. Um, if you click on this, and if you ever want to give a one-time hug, because on Coffee you're able to call the donations whatever you want. Ooh, excuse me. Originally, it's like, buy me a coffee. Cool. But no, I want a hug. I want your hug. You guys are here chatting with me and everything. So, I just simply want your hug because that definitely helps out a lot. I'm going to move this back up here. And I will find another place for it next time. But I want to make sure that I see the chat for some reason. Um, but yes, Coffee allows you to make a one-time donation or a monthly donation, and that's what I have on there. And this is what you guys get when you do that. Oh, I didn't know I took it out. Um, you get that sound. You get that Okada treatment. If you were to send over either a one-time donation or even a membership of your choosing, so you could get recognized and stuff like that. So that's what you get. I don't know where these YouTubers like come from. Like I was saying earlier that it's not even the weekend and YouTubers are the bots, I should say, are coming out. All right, so we covered AEW, we covered um what do you call it? Cody Rhodes. So we are going to cover New Japan Pro Wrestling quickly. So New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong is this Saturday at 8 p.m. over on New Japan World. If you have the subscription to New Japan World, that is awesome. New Japan World is really great. So we have New Japan Strong, and I'm guessing the main event. Yeah, the main event should be Gabriel Kidd versus Fred Rosser. That should be like the next one coming up. I have been so busy with like work and trying to redo my stuff so that way I can have more time to stream and get that Twitch affiliate. And if you guys want to help me with that, all you need to do is just watch me and my opinions and basically hit that follow button over on Twitch and you can help me with that. The other thing too is that for New Japan Strong, they have really good programming. So don't count it out just yet. Don't count out New Japan at all either. The reason why I haven't been talking about the New Japan Golden, which is basically their little like run before the New Japan Cup is because I need to get mentally prepared for the New Japan Cup. I know that the New Japan Cup is going to take a toll on me. Last year's New Japan Cup took a toll on me because I was really like watching podcasting, watching podcasting, watching podcasting. Um, and so, yeah, I just need to mentally prepare for the G1. So I haven't really talked about New Japan Golden. But what I will say is that the 19th and the 20th, I will be covering the two major matches. Or maybe there's some other major matches. But I do know that Okada is taking on uh, Naito with his bum knee. And then after Okada beats him, which by the way, it's not a spoiler, it's going to be fact. Okada's definitely going to retain the title. Um, you know, God could come in, mainly Tama, and take the belt off of Okada sometime this year because Tama still has that victory hanging over Okada's head. New Japan Pro Wrestling does not reset any type of win-loss record like AEW does, so Tama's still in the running as the number one uh, competitor for that championship title. The other thing too is that we have what's the other match we have? Can't even think of it. Give me a second. Oh, we have Sonata versus Tanahashi for the IWGP United States Championship title. I am not too sure what the story is on that since I said I haven't followed it. I do know that Evil retained his belt against Ishii. It's like, yo, you could have like kept the never openweight championship title on Jay White. Like that would have been way better, man. Like I don't get it. I get that what do you call it? Um Japan wanted like the belts back because if they I think by this time they were still gonna go back into a lockdown because of COVID. But man, let Jay have the belt. Jay didn't even make the never division in his freaking image like he wanted to, man. It is all about winning belts and winning championship gold. But I'm still upset that they took it away from him and they gave it back to Ishii. I love Ishii, but yeah. And then Evil, I love Evil too, but Evil does not need two belts. He really doesn't. It's not doing him any favors, and it's definitely not doing the House of Torture any favors. If like, I don't know, the never open weight was on like, no, we can't say Udro because Udro is six man. along with Evil and I don't know, maybe if you put like the never weight on Jado or Gato or Dick Togo, something. Um just anyone other than like Evil, because I'm just like, Evil doesn't need it. Like, spread the championships around. It's cool that Sonata's going after the United States Championship title, but I really don't think they're gonna give it to him. Tanahashi is still gonna keep that United States Championship title, just because it's Tanahashi. Tanahashi got it back from Kenta. I don't think you take the belt off of somebody that like went through hell and back in a match that he never really fights. So it's like Tana could keep it for a little bit, and especially if Tana's going to come back over here to the States, why not? So again, not a spoiler. Tanahashi is keeping his belt against Sonata. Let's, if New Japan Strong will get more belts, because they need to get more belts, then like I wouldn't be like, let Jake keep the never open weight, there is the never open weight strong title. Gabriel Kidd wants that one, and I find it kind of funny that like in my latest podcast episode when I was reviewing his match against Eddie Kingston, that I said eventually I want him to get that title, and he puts on Twitter, he tells Tom Lawler to keep that belt warm for him. So, well, for his team, because any one of his team could definitely go and take it. And I wonder if like any one of them gets it first. If Gabriel Kidd is definitely going to challenge for that for his friends with his friends. But you get the idea. Yeah. So New Japan Strong is going to be great this weekend. Also New Japan Pro Wrestling. So like I said, on my podcast, I will have specific podcast episodes dedicated to February 19th and February 20th, and anything else that's important. And then we go to the New Japan Cup. This tournament last year was like the first every year I decided to participate in the New Japan Cup. That does not mean I wrestled there because I was not there. You did not see Marie Shadows there. But in spirit and in writing, you can definitely know that I took part in it. And basically, my booking was wrong. Gato was like, fuck your booking, Marie Shadows. Like, I'm going to do everything opposite of what you have, and this is how it's going to happen. I'm going to show you. I should be able to have it in this one. Um, yeah. Because I write down everything. Everything that I watch. So I have notes. So just in case if you guys think like, I just talk out the ass or whatever, or I'm not reputable. Notes from, I don't know if you can see that very well, but can you? No. These are notes. These are my handwriting. In my handwriting. So that one I show you is Wrestle Grand Slam New Japan Pro Wrestling from 7/25/21. Oh, which one has no, I did. So it must be the other one that I did. Yeah, okay. So it's not in the green one. Not in the green one. I think it's in this one, but I didn't finish this one. Nope. I didn't finish. Nope. That's the article one. This is what it's like to be a writer, by the way. Have a bunch of notebooks. So if you guys ever want to like send me stuff, notebooks are the way to go. You do it in here? I didn't touch this one. I didn't touch this one yet, so it's not in here, but I know that I wrote it somewhere and I wrote out the G1. No, not the G1, I'm sorry. I wrote out New Japan Cup, and I don't know what notebook it is in. Because I had a whole big thing of it. What is this? Nope. If you guys ever wonder how I survived college, is because I took a lot of good notes. Which I gotta have some more stuff for you guys. Wow. Um, I also have this notebook, which is a Sea of Thieves notebook. I love these type of notebooks way more. I bet you I didn't write it in here. I know I didn't. Because that would have taken up so much stuff. This is the road to New Beginning. Yeah. Hold on. New Japan Strong. Castle Attack. Yeah, this is not it. Castle Attack. Dynamite. Okay. Hold on. This isn't it either. No, that's Nuntaku. Uh, this is. What is this? This is not even it anyway. I'm just like, wanting to know what this is. Sakura Genesis. Alright, so let's see. The New Japan Cup. See, I did it because you can see this. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why it's not focusing. Did I say JY on there? Alright, so this one here in particular, I don't really know why it's not. I don't know what to do. So this is New Japan Cup, right? It says, I really don't know how to fix that. But this one here is Jay White versus David Finlay. This is when David Finlay won, unfortunately, and Jay White suffered a loss. So David Finlay is now what, 2 to like the 13. There it is. Okay, it fixed itself. Okay, see. All right, so this is all my notes, right? This is the best. I was gonna say best selling. This video is very popular. I have this video where I talk about Jay White versus David Finlay. On YouTube. So basically, like, this is my best video performance for it. I think it's currently at like, I'll give you guys the official views on it, because I really did enjoy making that video. Has an amazing thumbnail too. So, all right. So officially, I posted that video, which from the notes here you just saw of David Finlay taking on Jay White. So I posted that 10 months ago. We just hit 1K in views. And you know, a wrestler on the internet was telling me that no one really listens to my podcast. But yeah, the video is called "David, You Doomed Us All," and I took that from Jay White telling David that he doomed us all because he lost. Jay lost the J Cup, and that was his moment to right the wrongs of Ibushi. Like I think this is a time when Ibushi wants to introduce the new title and shit like that. Um, yeah. So I am dedicated to professional wrestling. There is no doubt about that, right? Like, this is all my notes, written by hand in a Sea of Thieves notebook. And the video got me 1,000 views. It's probably a little bit more, but 1,000 views because I am dedicated to professional wrestling, to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, put New Japan Pro Wrestling on the map any way that I can because I am a huge advocate for it. And I just basically love New Japan. There's a special like psychology that New Japan does, special storytelling that New Japan does, and they keep kayfabe alive. Okay, most people, including fans, are like, "Nah, tell me the real shit," and I'm like, "No, kayfabe. You gotta keep it kayfabe." Let me see what else I have here. I have. I think I did the one for 2020, not last year, because I have Osprey versus Zack Sabre Jr. here, and this is in the time where it's the New Japan Cup. Uh oh, no, I did, but man, all right. The only reason why I know it's because I put New Japan Cup and I'm looking at Jay White versus Hinare, and then we had David Finley versus Chase. So yeah, I did. I just can't tell you where the hell my whole graph and shit is at. Like, unless is it in the notes? Nope, it's not in there. Um, Man, I really want to show you guys like what I was talking about. That I think Gato was like, nah, fuck you, Marie. Like, you're not gonna get your favorites to win this New Japan Cup. Um, yeah. Which, by the way, me looking back at these notes, man, like, really, the dedication of me writing all these notes, just because I love what I do and I could break it down for you guys any which way. Um, Flipping through, I did hate that Jay does the Kiwi Crusher on Ishii, and I was going to say, does anyone miss the Kiwi Crusher? Because I sort of miss it. Like, I love the Blade Runner. The Blade Runner is very special the way that Jay White does it. But yeah, I just miss Kiwi Crusher. Maybe we could get Gato out to the States just so that he could show up in Jay's corner and just yell out like Kiwi Crusher so that way Jay could do it. Yeah. Uh, and then I have Jay White versus Tana for the Never Openweight Championship title. Um, Taichi versus Tama. This is for Iron Fingers. The That fucking story, man. Like, the Iron Fingers story. That shit, man. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Loa was a very good match. This is back in like 2021, so I'm just reminiscing right now because I can't find my damn graph to show you what I did. I don't even remember where I wrote it. I know I wrote it in like something. I wrote it in a notebook. Um, yeah, let's see. There's some AEW Dynamite stuff in here too, but it's mainly filled with New Japan. So Tama versus Goto, which was cool. Uh, Tama and Goto have a long history together. Uh, That was actually his first tag team partner when he came in, and then he just like branched out on his own, joined Bullet Club, all that kind of stuff. Uh, yeah. Sea of Thieves notebook, lots of wrestling stuff. Just because, like I said, I have an undying passion for this. Like I love it through and through. Like I wouldn't be in wrestling if it wasn't for my dad and me just falling in love with the creative aspect of professional wrestling, the theater aspect of professional wrestling. So now you know that I am legit. If people out there don't think I'm legit, just because I don't wrestle, I don't have championship titles, and that shouldn't really define someone who is in the business. I went to WWE. Not many people can take that away from me. Nobody can take that away from me. Not many people can do that. There we go. That's how I wanted to say it. Uh, but yeah, I don't know where that freaking graph is. Like, I know it's somewhere. I really do. I know it's somewhere. Anyway, yeah, New Japan Strong is this Saturday. New Japan Golden, the 19th and the 20th are really big. New Japan Cup starts March 1st. They have not released, any statement on who's going to be in the cup. I do know that probably Chase is going to be in the cup. He's probably going to head back over to Japan to be in the cup, but I'm not sure who's going to else be in there. We definitely know that we're probably not going to see the Gorillas of Destiny or Jay or Hikuleo or Chris Bay in the cup. I would love to see those guys in the New Japan Cup and see how they work. I want to see Chris Bay um, like uh, do everything that he's meant to do. And I think the New Japan circuits of World Tag League and the New Japan Cup will definitely benefit him. And we could see him with fresh matchups. We could see him interact with LIJ, interact with United Empire, interact with Chaos, like, all that kind of stuff. So I would definitely love, in a perfect world, that they ship out Chris Bay over to Japan for a little bit and just run the circuits and have him experience like Japan and something else and just all of that. Um, so yeah. Other than that, I guess that's a great segue into talking about Impact this Saturday. Well, first, let me back up. Thursday, we have Impact. This is the last Impact before we get to this Saturday at No Surrender, their pay per view. And this Thursday, we could definitely see Bullet Club versus Violent by Design. So don't miss that. That's going to probably tell you a lot what's going to happen this Saturday. This Saturday is No Surrender. And the card is great. I'm just really interested in just two matches. The first match is Eric Young versus Jay White. This one, it looks really good on paper. The build up wasn't really there. I love both of these guys. But it's going to be a very interesting fight when it happens. I want Jay White to win, and that's nothing against Eric Young. Eric Young has put in the work. Eric Young is great. But Jay White is probably taking this one. And then we get to the tag team title match. The Good Sisters, as I know them as, and you guys know them as the Good Brothers. But the Good Sisters have held those Impact Tag Team Championships for a while and hasn't done shit with them. That is why I just don't understand why would you put the belts back on them if they're not doing anything to help the company. If anything, they should have probably kept it back on Finjuice to give Finjuice a little bit of an edge, especially Finjuice going against Jonah and Big Bag Tito. Was that the guy that that they were wrestling? Okay. Um, yeah, okay. So on New Japan Strong, this one that just passed, so last Saturday, right? Because I decided to watch it. I probably should do like a Twitter Spaces after like I watched that just to get everyone's feedback and stuff like that. So basically, um, it was Jonah and Big Bag Tito taking on Finn Juice. If Finn Juice would have walked into New Japan Strong with those Impact Tag Team titles, it would be a little bit more better in their feud. Because right now, I just don't understand why David Finlay is having a feud with Jonah. Makes no sense. And I'm not just talking about because it's like a body size difference. It's just more of like a why. Um, yeah. So I just don't know why that's happening. So if they would have had the Impact titles, it would have been a little bit more because now more people can challenge for that. That's outside of Impact. And Finn Juice would have elevated elevate the title scene, the tag team title scene. So yeah, that would have been very fantastic. But they didn't do that. They kept it on the Good Brothers because the Good Brothers took it away from Finn Juice, and then we didn't see anything from it. Now that, well, I was gonna jump to God, but let me not. I was gonna say that if anything, the second choice would have been Hikuleo and Chris Bay becoming the Impact Tag Team Champions, and I would have took the risk on them. And it's not because of Bullet Club, and it's not because I'm a fan of Bullet Club. It's because of, again, you want to promote the younger guys. You want to build the younger guys. So you give it to Hikuleo and Chris Bay, and as they're going through New Japan Strong, representing both New Japan and also Impact Wrestling. Finn Juice comes along and be like, "Hey, we want to challenge you for those titles." And then we have a series of back and forth matches of Finn Juice and Finn Juice versus uh Hikuleo and Chris Bay. And those would be great matches. Obviously you'll have to see, I would basically be like, we're doing either draws or DQs, and then we could start with who wins what, why they win it, because this really has to mean something. And they do this for a while until the Gorillas of Destiny comes in. And because the Gorillas of Destiny comes in, you know that they want the titles. But this way it makes more sense too because, there's history between the Gorillas of Destiny and the Good Sisters. So, my way would have taken it a whole nother route. But I really do want to see Hikuleo and Chris Bay get some gold around their waist because they are really good as a tag team. They have really good tag team moves. If you guys want, you guys can go and check out the audio podcast on my channel at anchor.fm/square circle podcast, where you can definitely hear me review their match on New Japan Strong as a tag team. Because, like I said, they are really good as a tag team. But let's focus on No Surrender and God versus the Good Sisters. We all know, don't you dare end up, doubting me or doubting anyone else. Don't you dare doubt God. God is going to walk into No Surrender. God is going to have a fantastic match with the Good Brothers. However, God is walking out with those Impact Tag Team Championships. No one's going to tell me differently. It is time for something new, and it's time for a change around like Impact. Like I said, I don't really see the Good Brothers basically doing anything with those titles, trying to put other wrestlers over. Like nothing's really happening. So it's time for them to drop it to God. God will elevate everybody because they're 7-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. So, why would you want to put it on somebody that's like, oh yeah, we got 10 altogether, but it's like, no, you haven't done shit with it. So, God are my pick to win the tag team titles at No Surrender. So I think I covered everything for 2.5 hours. Um, I covered Cody Rhodes, AEW, Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling. WWE stuff, we have Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. No matter how you feel about it, I just want to leave you with this quick thing. Because I see a lot of comments online where it's like, oh, it's blood money, it's blood money. First of all, the Prince is a very powerful guy. He is way more powerful than the president. I'll tell you that right now. And I say that because you guys really got to think about it, okay? You can't just think in terms of an American mindset. You got to think above that, which this is what it means. If any of those wrestlers from WWE gets kidnapped by the local terrorists that they have over there, I don't know what they're calling them. I'm not going to make up a name for them because I just don't know. So I'm just going to go with the safe route of saying, the local terrorists that is in Dubai and Saudi Arabia. I don't know what they are. But if anybody decides to kidnap a wrestler on the Prince's watch, because WWE are guests of the Prince in Saudi Arabia, if any one of them decides to kidnap somebody and do some harm, not only will the Prince will probably do a public execution to show people that you're not supposed to do that to his guests of all people. That will start World War III. And I don't think nobody is going to do that. So rather than just saying shit on the internet, and just call it blood money, because yes, women do get killed over there. Men get killed over there too. But you cannot expect a country that has their ways set in stone to change overnight, because that is what we know. I'm not sure if anyone out there are Star Trek fans, but this is the one time where we would invoke the Prime Directive. And if you can take a bigger paycheck to provide for your family, to provide for yourself, why not take that bigger paycheck? America has spilled more blood than anything else. And our money should be called blood money, because we basically took over land from other people that were here already, but we're like, no, this is ours. We don't know who you are. You weren't here first. When literally, our history books say that there were other people here. And then we still have the natives that still live here, but we put them in a fucking corner. And it's like, yeah, that's America, So before you throw judgment at another country for doing things in a very Stone Age, maybe demoralizing way, but have made strides since 2019 to give freedoms to the women, don't judge them so harshly before, judging America and trying to help fix America first, right? Sure, you may have these morals and stuff like that, but you really need to think, if anyone is going to do anything over there to American citizens, we're going to war, and then the Prince is going to have his day and really execute that person that decided to hurt an American. Now, sure, people might come back at me and be like, oh, well, they didn't do that to the American reporter. Well, that was a couple years ago, right? Was that reporter a guest of the Prince? You have to really look at the differences. WWE is going over there because the Prince wants to provide some type of entertainment and to show people that there's fun stuff. He's a wrestling fan. He wants to bring in wrestlers and have entertainment, right? So they're coming in as a guest. That reporter that got killed, again, you ask the question, if was that person a guest? If you're a guest of the prince, you are safe. If you're not, you go over there on your own accord and you have to really fend for yourself. That's it. That's basically like logical thinking, level headed thinking. And that's the only thing I'm probably going to say on it. Um, you can hate it, love it, whatever you want, but you really got to think like that. They are making strides for the women. 2019, they allow them some privileges where they can go get a divorce without having a man by their side. They could learn to drive. They could travel without having a man by their side. So they're making small strides. They're not going to do things overnight. So stop getting on Twitter and stop trying to, push, the American way when the American way is not squeaky clean. The American way, like, killed so many people and tried to be like, oh no, we were here first. Yeah, but you see those natives over there, we're just going to keep them in the corner. Like, America's no better. And yet then people are like, blood money. Our money is blood money too. Like, it really is. And that's how I feel about it. You can't just judge a country just because you live with freedoms that people would love to have. But then again, they don't. Because that's just how their society on the other side of the world decided to build their structure and build their society, like caste system. Even though caste system may not be the word, but you get the idea. The way that we built ours is different from everyone else. So just invoke the Prime Directive and, let them be. They're making strides. I just think it's really stupid that every single year that WWE goes to Saudi Arabia, it has to be like, oh, this is blood money. But would turn a blind eye to everything that America has done and how much blood America has spilled. So yeah, perspective. That's all. That's all I'm saying about that. Um, again, uh, if you guys are enjoying the stream, right? Then I encourage you guys to hit that follow button over on Twitch. By you hitting that follow button, that allows me to end up becoming a Twitch affiliate a little bit faster. And you watching these videos with me and chatting with me, that'd be great too. You're over on the YouTube side. Thank you for being there. Square Circle Podcast. No, not Square Circle Podcast. I can't edit this shit. But Square Circle Countdown. Thanks for chatting with me for a little bit. Micro Order. I'll see you tomorrow. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a very busy woman being on everyone's podcast. If you want me to be on your podcast to talk about professional wrestling and, maybe some fun stuff depending on what it is, but mainly professional wrestling, hit me up in the DMs at Marie_Shadows and we can work something out. So last night I was on Thomas Island. Love being on Thomas Island. Today I'm running my own Twitch thing because I want to get Twitch affiliates. And then tomorrow I will be on Micro Order to talk more wrestling. And then I have the weekend. And I was thinking of, contacting some people and, make another Twitch stream and we have something fun. Hopefully, maybe. If anything, stay tuned to the Twitter. That's where I mainly send out notifications of like, hey, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. But yes, I am going to do the cool thing and have this stream ending thing. Give me a second here. Because I got to update it for all of the cool new people that I have. So, yes, bear with me. Because I do not know if it's going to, oh, wrong thing. Okay, cool. All right. So you guys can still hear my voice. You're hearing the voice of Marie Shadows right now. I am ending my stream. I do want to thank people for tuning in, whether you tuned in on Twitter, uh, YouTube, and Twitch. If you're over on the Twitter side, just hit that follow button and follow me. Also, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, the simplest way to do that is go to my profile page and hit subscribe. When you hit subscribe, you'll get all 17 issues and you get to read my journey, read everything else, and have some fun. And I just realized that it's not showing everybody. All right, so let me grab it so that way it can show everybody. I was trying to save it, but it wasn't letting me save. This is not. I am. This is so annoying. Yeah, it's not letting me save what I need to save. Not even letting me refresh it either. There's always something. Like I can't end on a good note. Okay, so let's see. Uh okay, got it. Got it now. Got it. Uh so there we go. My stream is ending, guys. I want to say thank you to uh Sport Exclusive for following me and also for Amanda? No. For Jack to also follow me. Um Again, guys, if you want to support me, it's really simple. Hit that follow button over here on Twitch so I could end up getting Twitch affiliates. One day, follow me on Twitter at Marie_Shadows. That is where you'll find all my notifications and you could definitely talk to me about wrestling 24/7. Also, on my profile page, you can hit subscribe and be subscribed to my newsletter. I just put one out. You might want to read it. If you're over on the YouTube side, again, Square Circle Countdown, thank you for chatting with me. You can follow my YouTube at youtube.com/Square Circle Podcast. And if you want the audio version, anchor.fm/Square Circle Podcast. If you want to give me a one-time hug or a monthly hug of your choice of whatever you can afford, head over to www.ko-fi.com/Marie_Shadows, and that's where you could support me if you enjoyed this very much. Again, last night I was on Thomas Island. Today you get a special live stream, and I talked about it all. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Mike World Order, and then the weekend, I don't know, I'll plan something fun. I don't know. Stay tuned to my socials for all of that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to an episode of the Square Circle Podcast. I am your host, Marie Shadows, and I'll see you guys on the next one.